All right, gang, I have a Thursday morning editorial for you. Comes out of Tampa Bay, Florida, and no, it's not about the Buccaneers, but it is about a defective detective. So I'm going to go ahead and give that to you, let you know, or see how you feel about it in the comment section below. The link to this story will be in the description box below, as always. Thank you to TampaBay.com for the story. A detective was arrested and suspended for tampering with photos of possible suspects shown to witnesses during an attempted murder investigation, Tampa Police Chief Brian Dugan announced Tuesday. Detective Jarda Bradford, 38, failed to mask earrings in a photo lineup she had assembled before showing it to a witness, Dugan said. That's a violation of department procedures that call for overly suggestive details to be removed from photos shown to witnesses, the agency said. When the mistake was pointed out to her, Dugan said she went back and altered the photos after the fact and submitted them as evidence in the case. Bradford was arrested Tuesday on 2 counts of tampering with physical evidence. The department suspended her without pay and has started the process of firing her. Chief Dugan said the cover-up is worse than the crime. You just can't have police officers cover up evidence no matter what their motive is. Bradford was investigating an October 17th shooting and murder in the city when she tampered with the evidence, Dugan said. No other details about the incident were released. Bradford's actions will complicate efforts to prosecute the attempted murder case, said Chief Dugan and Hillsborough State Attorney Andrew Warren at a Tuesday news conference. Andrew Warren said Bradford's actions corrupts our judicial process, and she may have made it harder for prosecutors to prove their case in court. Warren said when an officer betrays the badge and tampers with evidence, it erodes trust in the very integrity of our system. Bradford has worked for the Tampa Police Department for 10 years and has been a detective for 2.5 months. Chief Dugan said Bradford committed infractions that were serious and not just the mistakes of an inexperienced detective. Chief Dugan said it was pointed out to her that there was a problem with it and she went and tried to cover that mistake. Tampa Police Benevolent Association spokesman Danny Alvarez sent a statement to Tampa Bay Times saying it will involve itself in the administrative process of Bradford's employment with the police department after the criminal case is resolved. Danny Alvarez says as Detective Bradford's arrest is currently a criminal issue, she should be afforded the same rights, due process, and presumption of innocence every individual is granted in this country. Yeah, except the murder suspect that she was messing with the photo of. A defective detective. One of the 2 charges arises from her initialing of the lineup as accurate, even after another detective pointed out the mistake to her, according to a criminal report affidavit. Chief Dugan said that Bradford's alleged tampering was brought to light by fellow detectives and that he hopes her suspension and eventual termination will build trust between the department and the community. The chief said it shows that the police department is holding its own officers accountable for their actions. Now, Chief Dugan said, if we as law enforcement want the community to trust us, they have to know that when we find cops who do wrong, that we're going to hold them accountable. Warren praised Dugan and other detectives with the Tampa Police Department for holding Bradford accountable, saying it probably would have been easy for them to sweep this under the rug. Bradford was freed from the Hillsborough County Jail on Tuesday after posting $4,000 bail. So here you have this defective detective that went in and altered a photo. I'm not sure exactly. I was trying to figure out how she altered the photo, but I guess they said you're supposed to mask earrings that a person's wearing so that the witness, when they're looking at photos, they're just looking at the face. You know, you don't want them going, oh, those earrings. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, I remember those earrings. No, you want them just looking at the face. So what they'll do is a lot of times they'll put maybe a cop that looks like the suspect, or they'll take a couple suspects that look identical or the same and put them together side by side in pictures. And you're supposed to choose the person that's actually being accused. And they'll go, yep, you're a witness because you recognize the face, not the earrings, not the tattoo on the forehead, not the, whatever. That's what it sounds like. And she basically went and made it so, I don't know, so the earrings could be seen. Are you guys following? But anyway, regardless of all of that, here's a detective that tampered with evidence. Now she's being charged. She may be charged with a crime. She's suspended, but she's going to end up getting fired. And I don't know. I'm weighing this one. I guess, yeah, if you tamper with evidence, but I don't know. If the guy's guilty, I mean, if he did it, okay, then bully for him. Who cares about him? But if he is innocent, here's a detective that's trying to. And by the way, I just saw that where I was looking for editorials, and I saw another one where 19 years ago, a man runs into an alley to save a woman that was being raped. The police show up, see the guy. Something happened. I didn't read the whole article, but something happened where he gets shot, and then they charge him as the suspect, and he gets sentenced for rape. 19 years later, at 45 years old, they just found out through advanced testing, because now they have advanced DNA testing and everything, that he's innocent, and all along the story he told is true. But the police charged him to cover up a botched shooting of a Good Samaritan who they claimed was the suspect. So he spent 19 years in prison for something he never did. This evidentiary thing is very, very important to get right, because if you get it wrong, an innocent man goes to prison for years. That was in Philadelphia, by the way, the other one. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos. That's law enforcement officers, to include defective detectives from coast to coast.